breaking down what becoming a light body means, right? Nobody's physically going to evolve and turn into a light. That's not what's happening here. I just want to make that clear once again. So, becoming a light body, it basically means that one, we have detached from the programming, right? We have detached from the programming, we have detached from anything that no longer serves us, right? So, for different people, different things will apply, right? Some people may need to detach from religion, some people may not, right? But to each his own, right? But detaching from those systems that keep us in bondage, politics, religion, race, anything that keeps us in bondage. I don't have all of the names. I forget. Like I get like a little thing in my head and I forget, right? But detaching from the things that no longer serve us, the titles, right? Depending on the titles in all essence, yeah, whether you've had a good upbringing or not, right? You still would have to detach from the titles because some of us, we get too attached to the position we hold in society, such as like, I am a lawyer, I am a doctor, and then we don't know how to behave if that is taken away from us. And usually what happens is that God strips us away, like strips it away from us, and basically leaves us with nothing, so that to see like who are we when we have nothing, right? Are you still the same person when you have nothing, right? And so that's what I mean that's what I mean by detaching from the titles, detaching from the programming, right? Detaching from what society says that you need to be, right? And who are you when you have none of that, when you're not attached to any of it? Who are you, right? At a deep level, who are you? Right? And so with that, what happens there is that when you detach from everything, you become formless, which is what God wants. God wants to have you basically stripped off of everything, where all you have is the God within you, right? And then now you'll have no option but to hear from God who resides inside of you, right? So you become formless by detaching from the programming, by detaching from everything that no longer serves you. And that includes like the guilt, the shame, the remorse, the hatred, the unforgiveness. You have to detach from that too, which is why we forgive, right? So it's not only detaching from religion, politics, race, right? The titles. It's also detaching from the pain, right? Detaching and forgiving and not passing judgment on anyone and anything that hurt you, right? Forgive it all. Don't pass judgment. Move on, right? Like heal, like truly heal. Like it's not like I'm going to pretend like I'm healing. No, you're going to heal, right? So you do that, right? And so what that does inside of you, it creates magic. You heal at a cellular level, and then that manifests into your 3D vessel as health, prosperity. You are shining bright like a diamond. You are taking care of your vessel because now you don't have all that weight inside of you of all those things that were keeping you down. And so you are most likely not want to consume the things that you were consuming before. If you were drinking a lot of alcohol, you'll basically just on your own just pull back from it little by little, and at one point you're going to be like, why am I still doing this? Just like that, right? And if you're like on drugs, you're going to let go of that. And if you had an illness, that's going to be healed too, because at a cellular level, at a spiritual level, you have no enemy within. So it it's just, it has to manifest into your 3D realm as health, as wealth, as abundance. And abundance looks different for everyone. It's not about like, millions of dollars coming through. It's about having peace from within, being complete from within, right? And so you do all of that. And, a lot of getting there has to do with nature. So like a lot of us that suffer from like mental illnesses, anxiety, depression, and all of that, as we're healing, we get into nature. We just, sit by a tree and meditate. We walk on the grass with our bare feet, socks off. We sometimes I hug trees. We go into nature, and what happens there is that our nervous, just being in nature, just us being there, like taking a walk in nature and like a trail or something, that's going to regulate our nervous systems, right? So that fight or flight situation that we had happening, fight, flight, or freeze situation that we had happening, nature is going to take care of it for us. So we won't need to be taking medication, right? And I'm not a doctor. This is something that takes time, right? Consult with your doctor. But this is how I got it done. So that's how you're going to be able to ascend and rise above, all the things that were holding you down. It's like a whole bunch of bricks are holding you down. They're invisible, you don't see them. And so you start addressing them little by little, little by little, little by little, until you realize that these bricks are gone, or that the strings on the bricks, all you got to do is go and cut them, right? And then boom, you ascend, right? And so when we do that, and we're taking care of our vessel, and we have healed, we have forgiven it all, we have detached, there's no other option but for you, one, to hear the God within you. It doesn't matter if you are part of a religious group. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, I am accepting of all religious practices except the diabolical ones, because they all serve a purpose. Some at a higher level, it's a little diabolical there, right? But that's not for anybody to judge. You understand? It's whatever works for each individual, right? And so once we have detached, we have let go of those bricks, and we have ascended, right? And your bodies are just basically living the way that they're intended to live, right? You'll get guided on what to consume or what to put into your vessel, because what you have done is you have healed to such a level that it has transcended this physical realm, right? And automatically your consciousness is going to raise to like a 5D, 6D consciousness, where you'll be able to have interaction with the spiritual realm, and your ancestors will guide you. They will lead you. They will teach you as to what to consume, as to where to meditate, as to how to meditate, as to what breath work to do, so that you can ascend to being that light body, right? So nobody's disappearing. Nobody's becoming a light bulb. We are just consciously, as a consciousness, as a Christ consciousness, that we're ascending to. And we do that through healing. There's no ascension without healing. Unless you're the diabolical people who are like putting other people's consciousness in another vessel and stuff like that. But that's another type of message there. But this is what I refer to the light body. Okay? It's about, one, becoming conscious, right? Knowing your power, owning your power, knowing that you're all powerful and that God resides inside of you. And this will initiate remembrance, right? Because it's not like something's gonna come online and like you're just gonna like remember. Because if God did that, we will all end up in a psych ward. It's about taking steps, little tiny steps, to awaken our remembrance from within. Okay. If you would like to donate to the platform, the best way to do it is to purchase any of my books, or to donate to my Cash App, or just the likes, the shares really help the algorithm. And so I appreciate that. Have a good day.